Hey, what's up, everybody? Uncanny Omar here from Near Mint Condition, the home of collected editions. And I'm just a tad bit late. I was having technical difficulties. And by that, I mean, I was trying to find a wire for my second monitor. Just make sure to share it. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Today is Thursday, December 1st. Before I go any further, just want to wish my wonderful, beautiful wife a happy birthday. Today is her birthday.
Oh, happy birthday, Melanie.
And she is working, so don't know if she might chime in a little bit later, but I just wanted to wish her a happy birthday. She's a wonderful addition to the channel, and I could not be doing this without her. Like I always say that about people, I couldn't be doing it without you all, but she's really the main reason why I do this. So Jess will be joining us shortly, and so will Lars. So we're gonna have a full house today. Let me introduce. Hold on a second. Hold on. I'm so sorry, Bo. Hold on a second. My wife is calling, so I have to pick up. Hey, baby.
Is you live right now?
Yeah, I'm live right now.
Tell her to say happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
There you go. They wanted to say happy birthday.
You.
She said thank you.
I'm going to let the live play
Okay.
on my computer.
I love you.
Okay. I love you.
Bye, baby. Okay. So to my right is this gentleman this is his first time being on the show, but I have been on his show. My gosh, this guy is a trooper. Because tell us a little bit about yourself, Omnibo.
Well, if you can't tell by the accent, I'm down all the way in Australia. It is about 4 o'clock in the morning here, but who cares? Because I get to be on Near Mint Condition, and I'm super pumped. You can find me on Aussieverse.
So your channel is called Aussieverse. You're out of Australia.
Yes.
So Kurtis, see, that's how you need to take a note. Anytime I'm ready to go, if it's 4 o'clock in the morning, you better be ready to drop what you're doing so we can announce some epics. That's how it's done.
Haven't I always done that for you, Omar? It just so happens that we're a little closer in time zones.
Yeah, you have, except that one time you forgot. You were like, oh yeah, whoops, you're on Eastern time zone. And that's okay. Man, 4 o'clock in the morning. Dude,
Yeah.
I can't believe you're awake and smiling. That's crazy.
Yeah, well, not only that, but I've got a Fozzie concert tonight and the work Christmas party, so it's going to be a big day.
Get some caffeine in you, brother.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here. Yeah, everybody check him out. I've been on his channel before, and that's Aussieverse. He gets together with his buddies and talks about these big books that we love so much. But you're also into collecting. Do you get any trades too besides
Yes.
Omnis? You're not
All collected editions.
so you're not an elitist like Kurtis, right?
No, I used to buy single issues for many, many years, but then I got totally addicted to the Omnibus game, and I love the way they look on the shelf. So Omnibus, OHCs, libraries, absolutes, trades, you name them, I buy them.
And yeah, down below us, maybe I should have put it by, but he all the way from Canada in Central Time, I believe.
No, Pacific.
God.
I'm way on the West Coast in Vancouver. Yeah,
Kurtis,
it's
everybody.
great to be here. This is truly an international live stream today.
Yeah.
It's the holiday live stream, man. So that's why we're doing it like this. Got representatives from North America and Australia. We need Jess here. And Lars, he's part of the Norwegian place, right? So
yes, sure.
Yes.
We'll go with that.
So this is like hands across the globe.
sort of.
That's right.
Yeah. It's crazy how the internet just brings everyone together. Omar talked pretty time zones one day. Dude, you're from Argentina? Yo soy peruano. And hello from Belgium. I haven't seen the new Transformers trailer yet, but I'm looking forward to it. Near mint condition.
I didn't even know.
Worldwide. That's nice. That's cool. Dude, are you wearing your Prime shirt? Like Trump? I bought my daughter.
Nice.
Love that shirt. Oh my gosh, this is so horrible. Is this Omar? I'm trying to watch this in chemistry class, and I'm failing it. I need help, bro. What is iron, bro? Oh my gosh, are you asking me what the chemical compound is? You should be reading more X-Men because of the Beast. He could help you out. I, on the other hand, cannot. Kurtis, you look like a smart guy. What's the chemical compound of iron and bro? Nope.
I may look like a smart guy, but it's all for show.
It's all for show, and that's the way. That's the way it is, man. Any chance we'll ever see an Indiana Jones omnibus?
Ooh.
I don't know about that one. I mean, I
What was
guess
the
it's
comment
the same-
before that. The
What's that?
comment before that. Gin BS. Is that the comment?
Is that the chemical compound? Or you're gonna make this kid fail?
Hey, there you go.
Is Wheeljack still here watching? What was his name? Jason does stuff. Yes, Jason. There's your chemical compound answer. Quit cheating. Look, there's. What's the chemical compound for adamantium? Do we know that? Can't remember. I'm from Sweden, and that is as close to Norway as you can come. That's right. They'll be here. It's apparently FPP3. Looks like I'm sticking with that. 63. I'm sorry. I wish I could help you. This is the home of collected editions, not the home of cheating in chemistry class. To answer the question about, before we get started, by the way, to answer the question about the Indiana Jones Omnibus, I don't know. I mean, and they may surprise us because we've gotten all the Star Wars stuff over at Marvel. So, I mean, it's a matter of reprinting that stuff of Indiana Jones, right? Then again, it's licensing, so maybe it's a little bit more than just jumping through hoops and hurdles. What's up, everyone? What's up, buddy? How's Aaron Cobbs doing today? Excited about what will be shown. Hello from Brazil. Glad you're here. Hopefully, I hope Marvel will eventually do a Peter Parker the Spectacular Spider-Man Epic Collection.
Have they not?
No.
Oh,
Not
okay.
yet, but they will
We have an omnibus
at some point.
Mm-hmm. No, I think that's it's not coming, Kurtis. They want you to jump ship and join the omnibus gang. But you guys, what did you guys?
Spectacular Spider-Man.
What was the Epic Collection that you guys got? And I'm like, Ghost Rider. There was a Ghost Rider classic Epic Collection. I'm like, before the omnibus. No.
Oh, and that X Factor, that one X Factor.
You just keep rubbing it in my face. The Apocalypse one, right? The X Factor.
Apocalypse War.
Classic years. Omar, make sure you show Jess your Dutch. Shoot, that's upstairs, and I need to. That thing is amazing. What's up, Joe Buzz? How are you, brother? But I'm not sure if he's in the chat or not, but David might be able to answer the Indiana Jones Omnibus question more than I can. Hey, dudes, I'm a Marvel and DC fan. Us too, man. Judgment War. We're finally getting Judgment War. Well, see, X Factor actually, shut up, Kurtis. Gosh dang it, I forgot about that one too. Because we have the beginning of X Factor that has not been collected in oversized format, the first 8 issues and the annual number 1. And the, of course, lead up to it with Avengers and Fantastic Four. But also, the Judgment War has not been collected in oversized format. And both of those are now going to get epics. So you got 2 up on us, Kurtis. That's it. But we got a lot of things, man.
Yeah, see, I'm not down with the epics because I get the omnis and the normal trades when they come out. By the time epics come out, I've got them in some other collected edition.
Man, that Transformers trailer, live react, please. Are you guys serious? It's that good? Is it that good? Okay. Now, before we go any further, a couple of more announcements. Number 1, I've shared this on our community post for Near Mint Condition, and that is, if you would be so kind, if you can, and I know it's the holiday season, everybody's strapped up for cash, I get it, but one of our favorite creators is in need of help, and that is Peter David. He had a heart attack and a stroke, and he's already dealing with a lot of medical issues like kidney failure. So it would be wonderful for the community, and the community has stepped up, man. It's crazy and good, because these are the people that have made these stories that we put on our shelves. So whatever little we can give back to them, it would be awesome. Hold on a second. I got to send the link to Lars now. How did I not send that to Lars? But yeah, that happened a couple days ago, and I shared it on our community page. So, and I know a few people have already stepped up.
Absolute legend in the industry.
Yeah, he really is. I mean, so all right, let's see here. Didn't David mention Spectacular and Web Up getting epics? I think he meant Omnis that day, and Kurtis just took the words out of his mouth. And
hey, I wasn't even. That was on one of your Saturday chats. It's
see, but you do remember. You do remember, though.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No,
there's-
I think they'll come. I think they'll come. I mean, it's Spider-Man. We only have something like 6 more volumes of Amazing Spider-Man epic collections to go before they filled in everything pre-Clone Saga. So if they want more Spider-Man epics, they'll do Spider-Man, Spectacular Spider-Man. It'll happen.
Does Blade have enough content to create an omnibus? Oh yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
if you look at what they've done with Black Widow or even Doom, Phoenix, yeah, Blade has enough for an omnibus. That'd be great because I like to see a modern stuff collected too. You subconsciously did not want Lars to come on and show Kurtis up. For what? Why do you keep starting stuff up, man? Can they do a best of George Perez omnibus?
Oh, that's
there's definitely enough material, right? Absolutely, there is.
I would love Marvel and DC to partner on that so we can get the best of George Perez all together.
That would be amazing.
Well, okay, if we're gonna partner people up, then wouldn't we rather have Avengers versus Justice League? And you might as well throw in Marvel versus DC in there, Kurtis.
Yep.
Okay. Just making sure we're on the right page. It's so weird that the longest Blade series is written by Milk Toast Mark Guggenheim. Is that his nickname, Milk Toast? I like that series. That was good. Let's see. I need an Ultimate Spider-Man Omnibus Volume 3. Well, you're going to get one because it's coming next year, man. Well, I hope you get it. I can't guarantee it, but I hope you do. Will we see a Cable Omnibus? I would like to see that. I know that it's weird how they've been mapping these things out, and I wonder if they're going to continue mapping them that way because a lot of the early stories of Cable have been collected in the X-Force Omnis. So you got X-Force, Deadpool and X-Force, and Cable and X-Force, and those three have like his early years of his original series that were collected in the originally in classic format, which they don't even do anymore. So more Iron Man collected format, please. Well, you said please, Alex Gomez, so I'm sure maybe it will come. I love Milk Toast. I just wish it wasn't so spicy. I don't even know what that means. Is that a Canadian thing? He's Canadian too, Kurtis. All right. Hey, what's up, Babs? How are you? I hope there will be more modern epics. I'm excited. Well, Kurtis and I will be announcing some new epics hopefully next week. And is there any modern in there? Let me see if I can use my poker face. Maybe. Maybe there'll be one new modern epic. All right, gentlemen, let's go ahead and start. I'll share my screen. And thank you to David Gabriel and the folks at Marvel for putting this together and letting us share it with you all. This will be available everywhere, I think in a couple of weeks. Usually about the middle of the month is when it becomes accessible to everyone. But let me make this a little bit bigger. We're kicking it off with, somebody's saying, it's my buddy Keenan. Hold on a second. Kurtis, me and my family are back in Vancouver now. Should hang out sometime. Don't hang out with Keenan. Don't hang out with Kurtis. He's bad people. Be thrown in jail.
I'm all for that. Send me an email.
Send me an email.
Yep.
All right. Keenan is good people, by the way. Keenan is good people.
Awesome.
All right. Let's go ahead and start with the multiverse role-playing game, Cataclysm of Kang. So apparently they're making a Marvel multiverse role-playing game, the Cataclysm of Kang. Ooh, Iban Coelho doing the artwork, though, and it's written by Matt Forbeck.
And it's a hardcover. Excellent.
Yeah, man. What is this exactly? Kang in, I wonder what format, because it is a hardcover, so I wonder if it's deluxe. Kurtis, is that the trim size, deluxe? Guess if you play role
I can't see it.
You need it bigger?
Hold on a second. I just need better eyes.
Okay.
8. And yeah, that looks like a deluxe size. Yep.
Okay, so it is a deluxe.
Or it's a little wider. It's a little wider than a standard comic book size.
So it could be like a Dungeons and Dragons type of book.
I would, yeah, probably.
Captain America by Ta-Nehisi Coates, Omnibus. 2 covers, both of them done by Alex Ross. And this one collects issues 1 through 30 and Free Comic Book Day 2018. These were available in oversized hardcover, but now it's coming out in omnibus format. 696 pages, $100.
I love how they
Oh,
use timeless variants lately on the omnibuses. They're awesome.
Ross does these really cool like headshots. Like
Yeah.
that's what he was doing that particular month. I think they're awesome. I like those. Spider-Man Brand New Day Omnibus Volume 1. Holy man. Holy crap. It's actually coming. One of my most wanted Spidey Omnis of all time. This is a really interesting era. So if you have the JMS Spider-Man Volume 2, this is the immediate like stories that happen afterwards. This is after One More Day. So this collects Amazing Spider-Man 546 to 583, Free Comic Book Day 2007 Spider-Man story, Spider-Man annual number 1 from 2008, Secret Invasion Amazing Spider-Man 1 through 3, President's Day Celebration digital comic, Fear Itself one shot, Spider-Man Extra number 2, Swing Shift Director's Cut one shot, and material from Spider-Man Extra number 1. 1,272 pages, $125. Woo! Kurtis, even you, an epic boy, have to be excited about that. That's
I mean,
huge.
I have my thick trades already.
Those aren't epics. And it looks like there has been a cover change already for Marvel Age, because I think when I announced it was supposed to be the Arthur Adams, but it looks like now it's the Kerry Gamble cover right here. With
That cover is awesome. I love this particular era of Marvel Comics right here.
the Marvel Age era, or just this era in general, where with the costumes.
With the costumes and everything, yeah. The brown Wolverine costume, Thing with his wrestler outfit, and the black costume Spidey, Silver
look at the
Centurion, Iron Man, Storm with the mohawk.
Oh,
great.
I
Love
do
it.
love that. And the Beyonder's amazing outfit.
Yeah.
Totally amazing.
That almost looks like a wraparound cover too.
It
yeah,
does.
it is.
Yeah, it does.
Yep.
But it is Marvel Age Omnibus Volume 1, collecting the first 34 issues, annual number 1, 1,184 pages, $125.
Yeah, I described this as being a book of bonus features because Marvel Age stuff is always the bonus feature material at the end of Omnis and at the end of Epics and stuff. But now we have a book that's 100% bonus material. And if this doesn't come out in paperback, I might actually pick this up because I actually do like the interviews and the articles and stuff and all of the Fred Hembeck cartoons. So good.
I love how the description, the first line, long before the internet. That's just perfect.
It's so true. This is. I mean, it's kind of hard to describe to people before the internet what it was like to get rumors, to get, hey, Lars.
There he is.
Speaking of before the internet,
I am basking in the presence that is you.
how are you, man?
I am well. I imagine I missed all the exciting stuff.
No, you just got to
Not
the
at
good
all.
stuff.
You've got to the most exciting part right here. Marvel Age Omnibus Volume 1.
Isn't it shocking that we live in a world where such things exist?
We were all saying the same thing, that
Good Lord.
it's hard to describe to people that there was a world without the internet, that we weren't so connected.
Yes.
So we look towards things like this. Or I remember the Comics Buyer's Guide, and then the articles started coming out. Marvel Age was its own thing, though. It was pretty much the bullpen. All those guys put together, and ladies, putting a book together, and just to see the things. And then the really fun thing was the things you were looking forward to that never came to be.
Yeah.
Because either the miniseries was canceled or the creator decided to jump ship. So there were a lot of things that were happening, and heck, Lars, you know all about this. You were at Wizard.
Well, in a way, yeah. I mean, this is a shocking historical document at this point. I mean, normally when there's old newsy stuff, it's just old. But here, as you say, you get kind of insight into what they were thinking about doing, I mean, I will actually buy this. It's crazy.
I am from before the internet.
But you had the advantage of scoops. Wizard, before the internet, Wizard was electrifying the same way as well. It would show up once a month, and it would be chock full of good stuff. And I'll be getting this.
And then Lars came on board and made it TMZ.
That's true.
Comic book.
That's what I do. Yeah.
what sleazy behind the scenes creators are doing. That those kind of articles is what Lars was in charge of.
Yeah, that's true.
He was in charge. I'm kidding. By the way, if somebody new to the channel.
No, they were like, "Oh, it's sleaze. Let's give it to Lars." Yeah, absolutely.
Totally.
No one knows sleaze like Lars.
No, not at all. All the time. Another one I'll buy. My God, fantastic.
So I mentioned Peter David earlier on the stream.
Yes.
And here's X Factor by Peter David. Books like this, seriously, with his name on it. Like, this is
Free.
His work. It's amazing if you've not read this. I can't describe how good this is.
Yeah.
And the twist. And I did not even give away what happens at the end of like volume 2. It's one of the biggest cliffhangers, and I'm not gonna. That's all I will say in comic books, that you'll want to immediately pick up volume 3.
Yeah. And by the way, funding. So yeah, Peter could use some support right now, and funding him directly is a good idea. Also, buying his stuff is a good idea. I know that previously, when he's had some issues like this before. Oh
my God, Lars is on. I'm super late.
I know you are. I remember previously Peter was saying he got in a similar pickle and people rushed out to buy his books. Mm-hmm. And suddenly his royalty check, which normally would not have been very much, showed up and was like $5,000. So, yeah, I mean, buying this is still supporting him.
But absolutely could not recommend the series enough. It's so good.
Yeah.
So, yes, now we have the whole lineup. Here we have Omni Beau, Kurtis from the Epic Marvel podcast, and Omnibus from Aussieverse again. Mm-hmm. Norwegian Assassin Lars, formerly of Wizard Magazine and currently of Norwegian Assassins Press.
Mad Norwegian Press.
Mad Norwegian. I'm so sorry.
Norwegian Assassins is a hockey team.
I should rebrand. I should really rebrand. Yeah.
It's okay. Only when I'm introducing you. And better late than never, Omnidog.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you for joining us, man. Yeah, I know you're super busy, dude. And Sugar Man's in the house. I was just asking about you, dude. I hope you've been doing all right, brother.
Omar let me in.
I do. I let him in.
Pleasure to meet you guys. X-Men 2099. Wow.
Yeah.
So wait, somebody's talking with an accent. Who?
That's me.
I don't think I've met Aussie. Who's
that?
Omnidog, Omni Beau.
Omni Beau. Nice to meet you.
You too, my friend.
He's our how do I put it? Like Australian liaison.
Oh, our Australian correspondent.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Take all the news.
He started a near mint condition in Australia. It's going worldwide, Jazz. I don't know why you just don't let me buy you out. Like, we'll talk about that afterwards, though.
I am pleased to let you buy me out. I'll take $1.50.
I'll give you $1.50, and you throw in a couple of your statues.
All right. Omar's doing ventriloquism again, but he can only use that accent. So
nice. I suck at accents so bad. X Factor 40 through 50, and then when it got renumbered to its legacy number again, 200 to 232. I love that issue 50 was like an anniversary celebration, and the following issue they renumbered it to 200, so that could be a celebration deluxe edition too.
Yeah,
very smooth. And then 224.1, Nation X Factor. So you have the David Yarden is your cover right there. And then that is, oh my goodness, what is his name? Scott, Nick Bradshaw. That's his name.
Yeah, Nick
Bradshaw. I guess I could have just looked it up. Oh, they credited Yarden, but no, that is a Nick Bradshaw cover.
Yeah.
X-Men 2099.
Look at this. Look at this.
So, collecting the entirety of this series, plus, I'm so glad they added this, X Nation 1 through 6.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh. I map these things in my head and I'm like, where am I going to put X Nation? I'll put it with the X-Men because it only lasted 6 issues. And here it is. Yeah. All 35 issues. The special, the crossover, the Fall of the Hammer crossover with Spider-Man, number 16, Ravage 2099, number 15, Doom 2099, number 14, and Punisher, number 13. And then the Oasis one shot, and then X Nation 1 through 6, 1,230. That's a big boy. 32 pages. $125.
Well, they might as well go for it. As someone is saying, I'm gonna have a hard time choosing which cover because the Hildebrands work on this is just stunning.
Yeah, that was the Oasis cover, I think.
Yeah, but the covered issue 1 is the one that sticks in the mind. So I don't know.
I had a question about
what if-
this.
Wait, Jess. First of all,
Sorry.
I had no idea.
Oh.
You could read Spanish. Would you please read that to our audience?
Absolutely. Rodimus Prime Rib recognizes me as the leading Hispanic authority on comic books on the internet. And he always sends me something to read in Spanish. Thank you, Rodimus.
Yeah, well done.
I love that you didn't even read that in Spanish, but you knew exactly who you were. Okay.
Wait, I lost it. Oh, demostrarle a todos tu amor por tu historia favorita de Brubaker, Deadly Genesis. I know he's lying now. I saw favorite in Brubaker, Deadly Genesis. That is wrong, Rodimus. Lo
all my
siento.
Latino
Lo siento.
viewers have just disappeared. Thank you, Jess.
Yes. I will not insult people by attempting a Spanish accent.
I didn't
have gotten
either.
rid of all my Hispanic
I have a
viewers.
question. Wait. I have a question about Spider-Man 2099 real quick.
Spider-Man 2099?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's X-Men 2099.
It's
Nobody
okay.
cares
It's
about
okay.
that.
What's your question, man?
No, I don't care about X-Men 2099.
What
I don't
is your
Spider-Man
problem?
2099.
All right, we'll come back to your question about Spider-Man. This is what Jess texts me. But the beauty of those text messages is that I can save them because I know a year later he's gonna be asking me the same question.
That is
And all I do
totally
is just
true.
I just send him a picture of our previous conversation.
It's not a lie.
Star Wars Legends: The New Republic Omnibus Volume 2. Oh my gosh, this is the one that I'm gonna have a hard time picking the cover because both covers are freaking
they're
awesome.
both good. They're both good.
This is the Dark Horse era of Star Wars, and it's got my favorite Star Wars story in there, the Dark Empire, and it's got Dark Empire 2 and Empire's End, so that is the trilogy. So it's got the Jabba tapes, the Heir to the Empire miniseries, Dark Force Rising, The Last Command, Dark Empire 1, 2, and Empire's End, Boba Fett Twin Engines of Destruction, Bounty on Barkuda, When the Fat Lady Swings, Murder Most Foul, and Agent of Doom, the handbook, and material from Star Wars Tales. $150, 1,280 pages.
This is certainly up there as some of their most notable material. Dark Empire, and then also if you were a Star Wars fan at the time, remembering how electrifying Heir to the Empire was, and then to have them done in comic book form. So there's some really good stuff in this. I'm not even a huge Star Wars collector. This is tempting even for me.
This is really good stuff. And if unlike the other Omnis, this is actually because all of these Star Wars Omnis are collected in timeline order, it's often a hodgepodge of stuff that comes from this era and that era and whatever. But this is almost exclusively stuff from the mid-90s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Almost entirely. So if you were a big fan of Dark Horse from the mid-90s, then this is a good one to get for sure.
And these are mid-90s comics that are actually good.
Okay, easy.
Yeah.
Buddy.
Oh yeah. That's really great.
Oh, come on.
I know you're coming in with the Silver Age is the best era of comics.
Side note to say that in terms of Dark Empire, of course, they did a Dark Empire radio version, and which is odd if you've heard it. These are far superior. The radio version is clunky along the lines of they'll say things like "Bring me Boba Fett the bounty hunter." That's like as opposed to Boba Fett the sushi chef. It was not. I didn't find the radio show well done. It was something you kind of laughed at, but these are good. These are really good.
So you've never read these, Jess? I know. No. I know Kurtis has because he's got the Epic collections, right, Kurtis? Because they came out.
Yeah, in fact, I just reread the trilogy, the Dark Emperor trilogy, just recently over the last couple of months, and I was reading it in conjunction with the Tales of the Jedi series that was also written by Tom Veitch at this time. And both of those are I think you really need to read both of those series at the same time because they parallel each other and they complement each other in many ways. If you just read them separately, you wouldn't get all of the references to each other's series.
Mm-hmm.
2099 comic.
Bring me Boba Fett the sushi chef. Yeah, the joke between Chris and I became that when Luke's hand gets cut off, that we go, Luke, come back. I have your hand. I have put it on the ice. Owned by Boba Fett, the sushi chef. Not to be confused with Boba Fett, the bounty hunter. Yeah.
Spoilers, Lars.
Spoilers.
I don't know if everybody has seen Luke Skywalker lose his hand.
I mean,
So,
Darth
I'll-
Vader is Luke's
and-
father. Okay.
and I'll be honest, for the longest time, I have wanted this in hardcover format. I still have like my little Dark Horse hardcover of the trilogy. It's little in comparison to, like, it's smaller than a trade paperback, but it is in hardcover.
Oh yeah.
But man, to have this stuff in big, like, omnibus format,
Yeah.
and those the trilogy, the Dark Empire trilogy, they get overhyped, but for a reason. But I really do think that is completely worth owning this omnibus for. Look at those covers.
Yeah. Yeah, Dave
That's-
Dorman's really good. Yeah, good even if you're not the most rigid of Star Wars fans.
Do I need to read the first Omni to enjoy the second one, or
I'm
is the
not
second
sure
one?
you- I don't know.
You
that
don't.
do.
No,
Okay.
because
I don't think
it's
so.
like the way that they have the map. This is focusing on this particular era, like the heir to the
Okay.
Empire era. So it's a different time than
Yeah.
the New Republic, which is right here.
I
Also,
think
Dark Empire was literally the first Star Wars comic that Dark Horse published, so
Yeah.
it is starting at kind of the beginning here.
yeah.
Hmm.
I didn't buy Volume 1, but I might buy this. Yeah.
Okay.
Amazing Spider-Man Omnibus Volume 4 for those people that have missed it. Coming back into print, collecting issues 105 to 142, Giant Size Superheroes number 1, and Marvel Superheroes number 14. This is a big deal. This only had one printing. Bo, you're cheering. Did you pick it up, or do you need this one?
No, I just remember when it first came out, I was so nervous to miss out, and I got it, and I was so excited, and then I felt bad for everybody that didn't manage to get one. So I'm super pumped to see everybody else be able to get it.
It
Yeah,
definitely
this
came
is
out
an
and
important
went.
volume.
That's not how you're supposed to be, Omnibo. You're supposed to be happy that you got it and no one else got it.
And that yours has gone up in value.
Yeah, and yours is worth $300 now.
No, I don't feel like that. I want everybody to enjoy these books.
It's like the Hope Diamond, but in Spider-Man form.
Where did you find this guy, Omar? He can't be a friend of yours.
No, he's a
He's
good guy.
way
That's
too
why.
nice. This guy's way too nice.
nice. I used to say the same thing about you. They
No.
just completely blew away my Hispanic audience. They're all gone now. I appreciate that, Omnidog.
Speaking of missing out, this one too.
Secret Warriors Omnibus. I announced this maybe almost a month ago. The new printing. This was in our top 20 most wanted reprints, as well as Amazing Spider-Man 4. So it is coming out in August. Collecting the Secret Warriors 1 through 28. The Dark Reign list, the Secret Warriors, Siege, Secret Warriors, and New Nation, as well as Mighty Avengers 13 and 18. That was during the Secret Invasion when they showed up. So both of these will be $125, 904 pages.
I
So
might,
this is a big reprint.
yeah, I might get this one and make another run at reading it. I was frustrated the first time around because I felt there was some stuff that was contingent on other comics. I tried to read issue 1 and like issue 1, 2, 3, and I was like, wait a minute, who's this? Who's this? Who's this? And friends of mine said, oh, well, you had to read these other comics. I'm like, why the hell should I have to read other comics? Give it the number 1.
This
Please try
this
it
sounds
again.
like somebody that's read X-Men before and has wondered what the hell's going on in
Well,
X-Men.
yeah.
Okay, you guys need to slow up.
It's better now, but this was kind of an era when, like, and it wasn't just these guys, other guys. They somehow thought everyone has an encyclopedic knowledge. We don't need to explain what's going on. It's like you kind of
You don't? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Were you not paying attention?
Well,
And so the reason for that was because that was during the era of Brian Michael Bendis Marvel.
yeah,
And you know what I mean by that. Like,
I do.
Usually,
Yeah, I do.
how do I word this? With DC Comics, your number one comic is always going to be
Yeah.
Batman.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter who's writing it. Whereas Marvel tends to follow writers, and they're the big deal.
Mm.
And that era was the Brian Michael Bendis era. And if you weren't reading all the Brian Michael Bendis comics, then you were missing out. And that's what happened in that first story arc, because he was co-writing it with Jonathan Hickman, even though he backed off, after the first 5 issues maybe. But it was the characters that he introduced in the pages of Secret Invasion, and
Yeah.
you have to have read all the things that were going on with Dark Reign, with the new Avengers. But then the team finds itself. When Jonathan Hickman's writing it, you can tell.
Well, that's the thing, and I'm catching up a little late to some of Hickman's stuff, so I will probably make another run at this. I just remember that being a problem the first time through. And this has been mentioned before, but like when Kieran Gillen was writing X-Men, at the time the X-Men were often San Francisco and everything was different. And he thought, oh, well, people have been following. I don't need to explain this in my issue 1. And then everyone picks up issue 1 and goes, what the heck's going on here? So you do need to catch up with people. But I don't know. I will try this again. I will try it again.
I highly suggest giving it another go. It's
I do too.
awesome.
Okay.
It's good. I liked it a lot. Defenders Omnibus Volume 2, a book that David teased for almost 2 years, and now it's finally coming out July 2023, hopefully with no delays. Collecting Defenders 20 through 41, Annual 1, Giant Size Defenders 3 through 5, Marvel 2 and 1, 6 and 7, Marvel Treasury Edition 12, and then material from Mystery Tales 21 and World of Fantasy 11.
I remember asking you about this on one of your live streams, and you didn't say yes, you didn't say no, but you gave me a little bit of hope.
It was that poker face again.
I tried. 704 pages, $100. So this is the classic Silver Age going into the Bronze Age era. Well, it's 70s, right? So I guess
it's firmly Bronze Age.
Yeah, I think we're Bronze Age.
So by now we got Steve Gerber writing this with Bill Bantlow. So the big 2 writers on this book.
And I think this is his entire run is contained in this collection here.
In volume 1 of the Epic collection, Kurtis, does it line up with this, or does it only go to like issue 11?
It goes up to issue 9, I think.
9. Okay.
Oh, I can't reach it. It's too far away.
Did I announce Defenders 2? Yeah, I think a couple months back. How does it make everyone feel with Defenders Volume 2 when Volume 1 was the first small spine we got?
Yeah.
We were having such a
Feel
good day
great.
too, Nicholas. Thanks.
Because this one's going to come with a really huge spine.
Why do you like to watch the world burn, Jess? What is wrong?
Mess with us.
Marvel Masterworks. So they're doing the Remasterworks program, and this is the reprint of the classic Marvel Masterworks. So this is volume 1 of Avengers, collecting issues 1 through 10, 280 pages, $75. So, woo!
This material is always in print in some sort of format with Marvel.
The Avengers or X-Men, the Silver Age.
Just
stuff?
all of the early Silver Age stuff. As
What?
soon as something goes out of print, they bring it up.
What are you,
new format.
Kurtis? What are you talking about? There was at least 3 years where we didn't have any Silver Age X-Men Omnis. The Silver Age Epics were out of print, and the Marvel Masterworks were out of print.
Well, then they started the Mighty Marvel Masterworks.
Yeah, but that was like 3-year gap. That's why everybody was like, we need to get these. But anyway,
Well, they reprinted the Epics as well during that time.
Yeah. Well, also helpfully, I believe they don't have to pay royalties on most of this. So
3 years is a long time for people. Have you not met people? They want stuff now.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll answer this. I got this one, Jess. Jess, does that O in your background stand for Omar? Yes, it does. Anytime I go somewhere, I leave a mark. And that is my
Oh, no, it doesn't.
Just call me Zorro Mar.
and we won't even talk about the tattoo. Yeah.
Oh,
The
that's on
unfortunate
Jess.
Omar.
Yeah.
We can't show that on YouTube though.
No, we can't. No,
No, I don't want to get demonetized.
You can speculate for yourselves what
A
it's.
little weird, especially since it was his idea. All right, then we have the Amazing Spider-Man Volume 1 and Fantastic Four. Those are coming out in the summer. The Art of Moon Knight. This is the series.
Yeah. Okay.
These are always the landscape size books.
Yeah.
Oh, Jeff, don't lose hope. Just stick around.
Yeah.
Avengers by Jason Aaron, Volume 4. What is going on with Mephisto?
When's this one going to come?
Yes.
31 through 45, 352 pages, $44.99.
He's being killed by Black Tom Cassidy.
He's having his colonoscopy with no anesthetic.
That's dark.
I don't know.
Jason Aaron, Ed McGuinness, Javier Garron. working on that book.
Don't
Marvel
try
Masterworks.
and-
This is one that I completely forgot that I had already announced. So when it wasn't announced for next October, I was like, wait a minute, where's Volume 5? Are they going to discontinue this line? Nope, I'm just an idiot. I forgot that I had already announced that Marvel Masterworks Ghost Rider Volume 5. Michael Fleischer still writing the book, collecting issues 51 through 62. I have not read any of this stuff. Have any of you read it?
Nope.
I read,
No,
I
no,
read,
yes, I have.
I read some of the early Ghost Riders, and you have to allow for when it was made. But I was kind of pleasantly surprised by some of the thought and detail put into the stories, especially how the demonic pact was supposed to work and things like that. So yeah, no, it was quite interesting.
It definitely.
But it's of its time. It's of its time.
I was gonna say Volume 4 was definitely of its time and a-okay.
Right. Well,
How many issues did?
reading some of those original stories, I was like, man, this could be made into a good Disney Plus series. But we'll see.
We can only
I
hope.
think there's one more Masterworks after that to get the full series.
I think so. Yeah.
Did he go? It went to 80, right?
Yeah,
I think.
I think that's what it was. Yep.
81 or 81.
Now this one intrigues me.
So this is part of the Dark Web. This is Venom by Al Ewing and Ron B. Volume 3, Dark Web, collecting issues 11 through 15.
What is the dark web?
Good night, Nick. That is the crossover with X-Men.
Ah, right.
It's the Madeline Pryor and Ben Reilly clone.
Every
Oh,
time
nice.
it's in
That's a great idea.
Venom.
I just remember in New York Comic Con there was a giant poster of Madeline Pryor with Ben Reilly, and I was like, "Oh, that's a cute couple. That actually makes sense.
Clones got to stick together.
They're gonna have some messed up babies, though." Straight.
Clown
They're both-
clones.
I'm not judging on clones. Never mind. Forget I said that. This is the internet. Someone will cancel me.
Very
Someone will cancel me
discriminatory.
from saying that. Strange, Volume 2. The Doctor Strange of Death. Jed McKay. If you're not reading this, it's a lot of fun. I really like Jed McKay. Lee Garbett, also a fan of Lee Garbett's artwork, and Marcelo Pereira, collecting issues 6 through 10. Very fine condition. Thank you, sir. Very fine. Jess, is this one of your what? Wow.
It's
I
not
don't
me.
know
My
who the
hands
other
are
guys
right here.
are.
I haven't been typing anything.
Dude,
Yeah.
this is you, but here's to the hardest working YouTuber in collected editions today. Hashtag Omnidog.
Thank you.
Hashtag New Warriors can suck it. You guys sure know how to go for the jugular.
True. True. They
We
know all
don't
the-
mess around on my channel.
I don't know what hurts more. The hardest working YouTuber in collected editions. Omnidog.
Yeah, which one hurts more?
I don't know. And here's Dark Web, the actual event.
Oh, this
So-
Ben Reilly stuff breaks my heart.
Are you a fan of Ben Reilly? Is that why?
Ben Reilly is, as I've always said, my favorite superhero of all time.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wait. I mean, that's fine. Really? Tell me more.
I will gladly tell you more. It's because during the Clone Saga, Spider-Man went dark. He lost it. He was like, he backhanded Mary Jane, for crying out loud, at one point in time. And here comes this clone that could have easily stolen Spider-Man's life, could have taken anything that he wanted. And what did he do? He reached out his hand and he took him out of the darkness and brought him back to the light. And he reminded him what a Spider-Man is meant to be. And that just really, really made an impact for me at the age of, 10, 11, 12, whenever I was reading it. It just made me, it's one of those moments where you think to yourself, no matter how bad your life is going, it's not as bad as Spider-Man's right now. And you can always go through it and persevere. And Ben Reilly taught me that.
Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
That
That's
is a
great.
hot take on Ben Reilly. I like that though. You took
That's a beautiful take. I've never heard
I am
anybody-
impressed. I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Because being a wizard, wizard was not fond of the clone stuff.
Oh, and I know, believe me,
Not
I'm
at
the
all.
minority. I
Um,
know I'm the minority.
It's true.
Now
Yeah,
he's a
Ben Reilly,
villain?
sushi chef. No, I thank you for that. Sometimes we forget that these things that we readily piss upon, other people find value in them. Yeah.
like New Warriors, right? Like I don't understand where that came from. Jazz.
I know.
So Dark Web, it is the crossover between X-Men and Spider-Man. So this collects Dark Web 1, the one-shot Amazing Spider-Man 15 through 18, Venom 14 and 15, Dark Web X-Men 1 through 3, Dark Web Miss Marvel 1 and 2, and Dark Web Finale. I am honestly surprised that is not an oversized hardcover.
Oh, I'll buy the trades and it'll be immediately turned into an oversized hardcover.
And we thank you for your sacrifice, Jess.
Yeah.
We thank you for your sacrifice.
I just read. I have not been following Ben Reilly at all. He's called Chasm now. He's going by Chasm.
Yeah, man.
Well, I don't want to spoil what happens at the end of Beyond, but there's some controversial stuff with people that like Ben Reilly as to what happened at the end of his run that leads into this stuff.
I'm hoping it's like most comics where things go back to the norm, but who knows?
You know, at times like that, I just want to remind everybody that at one time, Nightcrawler was the devil's son, so anything is possible with comics, and anything can be retconned and fixed. Namor, the Submariner conquered shores. So this is a new series by Christopher Cantwell, who I've really been enjoying his Iron Man run. Pasquale Ferry doing the artwork.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this one a lot, actually. I love Namor.
Dude, I thought it was the same thing. Duh. I thought it was a toilet too. Because many times I'm sitting on the throne like that.
Oh, it's come to this.
Oh, I can't unsee that.
It flushes on land.
It's like the famous picture of the Thinker where Robin Williams is standing there with a roll of toilet paper, and you kind of wish they would add him in here holding up to Namor. Yeah.
Wakanda trade paperback and collecting Wakanda 1 through 5. Stephanie Williams, Evan Narcisse, and Adam Serwer. That's a lot of creators. I assume it's an anthology. Trad Moore is back, but this time, have y'all seen this picture? I didn't know it was Trad Moore.
Yeah.
Until I was like, oh, because at first glance, I'm like, what is this? And then when I took another look, I'm like, oh my god, that's Trad Moore. I love his art. This is trippy though. I've not read this. Have you all read this run?
No, not this one.
No.
It's the Doctor Strange Fall Sunrise, but it's getting an immediate treasury edition.
Beautiful.
Just like he's the one that did Luther Strode, for the people that are wondering who he is, or Silver Surfer Black. It's got this really cartoony kick butt freaking kind of artwork. Just thought that was a really interesting anime-ish looking cover to Doctor Strange, and then when I took a closer look, I'm like, oh, that is definitely Trad Moore. But for anybody that has read it, let me know what you think.
I'll probably be picking that up. Treasuries, I love them.
Gabriel Lopez, thank you so much. Omar, great teams gather. Really love you. To see the team only missing the 6th member to complete the alignment. I'm always looking for a 6 because I'm let's see. I was going to go with the color spectrum of Captain Planet, but I guess Power Rangers is a little more cooler than that because the Latinos got stuck with Heart in Captain Planet, and that kind of sucked. I wanted to be Fire. We got Heart. Who wants that? Midnight Suns trade paperback. Ethan Sachs. 5 issues. I like to see this come back. I like to see the return of have you all read Ghost Rider, the new Ghost Rider series?
No, I really want to though. My good buddy Mark is reading it and says it's pretty good.
I liked it a lot. It's awesome. Shang-Chi and the 10 Rings. Jin Luen Yang still writing this series. It's pretty fun. This is the latest one because they're doing like mini series. And the 10 Rings 1 through 6 and Master of the 10 Rings.
Oh, there was a one shot too.
All Out Avengers.
Teachable moments.
What?
For a moment, I thought that said trackable moments.
I'm not buying anything that says teachable moments. I want to unlearn stuff.
It would be nothing but a collection of them tracking people to save their lives.
Dude, I have no idea what this is. I don't. Derek Landy, Greg. This is the first I've heard of it. Take a deep breath before you open this book, because once you dive in, you won't be able be allowed for air. The Avengers assemble for it. All-out action. Collecting All-Out Avengers 1 through 5 and material from Free Comic Book Day 2022, Spider-Man Venom. I don't know what this is.
I actually thought this was going past Volume 5. I could have sworn I saw a solicitation that was like 6 or 7. So,
the single issues?
Yeah, I could be wrong, but if I'm right, it's interesting that it hasn't said Volume 1.
Everyone collectively adopted MCU pronouncing Shang-Chi. To be fair, though, that is how you're supposed to pronounce it. I just didn't know.
How's
Namor's a made-up
Namor's?
name,
I haven't
so-
seen
Namor
Wakanda
in Wakanda, the MCU Namor is a different type of Namor, though.
Actually,
Because it's pronounced Namor in the movie.
Namor.
Mm-hmm. You want me to tell you the origin? That's a spoiler.
I'll wait to have.
Have you seen? You haven't seen it yet, have you?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, okay. Savage Avengers Volume 2: Escape from Nueva York.
oh, I can't wait to read this one.
You know what that means? Where's that? Where's Jess's Spider-Man?
Nueva York?
2099? Yeah, that's where Spidey 2099 lives, man.
Nueva York.
Yes. So that means it's the 2099 story.
Wow, that's
There's
cool.
Punisher.
Hello.
So this collects issues 6 through 10. I guess Deathlock showed up in the Jason Aaron's Avengers, and now he's here with the Savage Avengers.
Oh, look at that cover.
Yeah, I really like this series. I thought it was really good. The first few issues, at least that I read, the first 5 issues were solid. Ghost Rider Volume 2: Shadow Country. Benjamin Piercy. I really recommend this one. I think it's solid, and I think a lot of people are sleeping on it. It's got a lot of horror elements that surprised me. That first volume did. That I'm surprised Marvel printed for a book that was rated, I think, T+. Star Wars High Republic Season 2 Volume 1. Kevin Scott, issues 1 through 5. Trials of X. Volume 8 and 9. This is the anthology series. And Spider-Man Life Story Extra, now available in trade paperback.
Fantastic.
So this Life Story, okay, so how'd it go? It went Life Story came out, single issues, then we got a trade paperback, and then Marvel said, no, one more story. So they gave him an annual, and then Marvel said, well, why don't we just release this in oversized hardcover format? So they gave him an oversized hardcover format, which included Life Story Extra, like the annual. And now that's available in trade paperback. And there is the origin of Life Story until there's an annual 2. Then we can do this all over again, which I'd be happy for because I really like the series. And what was it?
I don't think the annual did anything for the actual story itself.
It was a really good issue, but it was annoying.
I was going to say, I agree with that, but it had a lot of heart. Like that ending
For sure.
was good.
Yeah.
And because I would love to see his original idea done. Like the 70s were supposed to be a miniseries, the 60s were a miniseries instead of one issue. That would have been awesome. I would have been down with that.
That would have been fantastic.
Marauders by Steve Orlando. That's Jess Bragg's favorite writer from DC Comics.
Calumnies and prevarications and lies. That is a lie. How dare you suggest
You haven't read this, so you don't know.
I do know.
Dude, look at
What I don't know is how he keeps getting work. Sorry.
Wow.
Sorry.
This is a positive community, Jazz. Why this is what slowly phasing you out and replacing you with Omni Beau. He's a lot more.
He is more
Nicer
positive
than
than
you.
I am.
I've been enjoying it. I've been enjoying Marauders.
The Orlando run has been good too.
I've been enjoying it.
I haven't read volume 1 yet.
Yeah, I think I'm either up to date or an issue behind. I can't remember which. So yeah, good stuff. I mean, it's a bit different from the first run, but yeah, it's very good.
And then Exterminators. This is Leo Williams with Carlos Gomez. All 5 issues of this series. Have you read this one?
I have not read this one, no.
Boom.
No, but Leah Williams, I was actually getting her X Factor run, ended brutally early, which I regretted because I was enjoying that. I thought that was a nice book.
I like that book too.
Yeah.
I liked it too. I thought it was fun. And I hope one day we get that and the Trial of Magneto all in one hardcover.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm holding out for the hardcovers for the most part, but you do start to worry, will there be which ones won't get collected in hardcover? I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know how they're going to deal with that. Alien Volume 3 Icarus, Philip Kennedy Johnson. I thought the first one was really good. The second one was good. I haven't read this one yet, so I'm excited too. Let's see here. A very fine condition again with a super chat. Jess, it's funny that I never see Jess's hands at the same time that I see this. Love to all you gentlemen. Now, Omar,
gentlemen, you are rounding up. I mean,
now if you could only direct the same time and energy to get that second volume of New Warriors Omni printed and direct that to DC collected editions. That energy, what you mean? All they have to do is email me back. That doesn't take much. But thank you for the super chat, Jess.
I didn't. I'm not sending you $2. You know
you're
that.
not. I know you're too cheap to do that.
Forget it.
No matter how funny the joke might be. Predator by Ed Brisson, Volume 1. Has anyone here read this? Because I'm curious to know how this is. But I love that cover right there.
I've pre-ordered it.
I thought that was Arthur Adams, but it's Lionel Francis Yu. I really don't get that.
Yeah, right.
I can see it now. $19.99, and it's written by Ed Brisson. So he's kind of hit and miss with me, but Kev Walker's artwork is freaking awesome. I really like Kev Walker's art. I think he came from not Marvel UK, the Rebellion, 2000 AD. 144 pages, $19.99. So, okay. Well, that's a good sign. Only read the first issue of Predator, but it was very good. That's good enough for me. I like the first issue of Predator as someone who's never seen the film. Okay, even better. Okay, I like that. Okay, good.
I didn't even know it was a movie.
All right, Kurtis. Wait a minute. That's right. You and Lars were having a discussion. The stupidest discussion I've ever heard on my channel.
We were having an extremely in-depth philosophical discussion about Predator here.
Neither one of you had seen it or something. I can't remember. I just remember I was hooking something up and I left both of you alone. And I'm like, what are you two talking about?
Like, I guess Predator is a movie. No, the thing is, I'm just not into Predator. I'm not. It's fine. If it's for other people, that's great. I'm just not into it.
Okay.
I've never
Aliens,
seen
on the other hand, is so good.
What is?
Alien.
Yeah.
No.
That one's
can
fantastic.
be good, but for some reason, both together just never worked.
No, it never worked.
I don't know why.
Now,
all right,
is this
Curtis, this is your moment to shine, buddy.
Okay. This is the 6th Avengers West Coast Epic Collection called California Screamin'. We're coming up toward the end of West Coast Avengers in this one here. I think there's just 1 or 2 more volumes to go after this, depending on how they collect things like The Crossing in the West Coast Avengers books.
Yeah.
But the Paul Ryan era of West Coast Avengers before he jumps over to Fantastic Four.
Has this stuff been collected before? I'm not sure it has.
No, I don't think it has.
Yes,
it has.
It really?
Yeah. Is it this the home of collected editions? Or your
where's it collected, Omar? You tell me.
It was collected in where is it? I have the Avengers. I've done an Avengers West Coast reading order, so I should know this.
Oh yeah, they did like the whole series in smaller hardcovers, right?
They did Ultron Unbound, and then they did the Death of Mockingbird. So it was right before that one. So I want to say it's Ultron Unbound and maybe right after First Sign. Okay. Those books, but it hasn't been collected whole. Like it's still missing things.
Right.
But
still
it has
have an epic form. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just happy that I get to replace those old trades with the Fat Epic collection until the Omnibus. Okay, so to clarify something, Mockingbird died. On my channel, I try to stay away from spoilers, but I cannot help if the name of the trade paperback is The Death of Mockingbird.
Right. Right.
Whether she comes back or not is up to Bendis.
Well, this is the funny thing. It's like sometimes we follow ourselves to protect spoilers that have been undone, down the road. So.
Yeah.
Oh, and speaking of coming.
Fighting Chance.
Okay, Kurtis.
The end of the run. I mean, this is getting there. Dave Hoover cover. Kurtis, what are we looking at, buddy?
This is the not the second to last, the third to last, I think, Captain America Epic Collection, Volume 20. Fighting Chance. It actually is going to split this storyline over 2 volumes. It's going to be this one and the next one, I think. But yeah, this is still Mark Gruenwald toward the end of his run, just before Mark Waid takes over.
This is the run that got me into Captain America, Fighting Chance.
That's
okay.
Dude, Bo, you are so you're a conundrum. Because you talked highly of Ben Riley. And the thing, and the beauty of all this is that you stand for a generation of people like you that got into comics during this time, because some of us were so jaded during this time. We're like, oh gosh, Captain America is inside of a ridiculous armor because he's extreme Captain America now. But for you, it was your first comics.
Yeah.
Where that's awesome, dude.
Yeah, when I was about 9 years old, Venom, Lethal Protector, the Clone Saga, this era all came out. Fast forward, 30 years later, they're still my favorites.
Yeah, now it's nostalgia and it's wonderful. I love it, man.
That's funny. I always say that my first Spider-Man comics that I read were when he had cosmic powers. That was my introduction to Spider-Man.
Interesting.
Yeah, Acts of Vengeance.
Did everyone see that there's apparently going to be I think I'm right in saying there's going to be a limited edition contest of champions with more Mark Grunwald cremains in it, because famously he was some of his cremains were fed into a printing of Squadron Supreme, and they must have held some back, because I believe there's going to be a bonus dead guy.
I actually got to see the book when I was at New York Comic Con and talked to his widow.
Okay,
who is a wonderful lady, by the way.
Yeah.
She messaged me because she had watched one of my videos it was the handbook of the Marvel Universe, and she wanted to show me what she was doing for Mark, and it's limited to 100. You're right.
I kind of want one. But yeah, you're right.
And I took I took pictures of it because the pictures that they showed doesn't really do it justice. Like, it's almost like embossed, like the word Mark, like his name, and that's where the ashes are. And I'm like, man, that is so
interesting.
To a lot of people, I get it. It's morbid. That's really weird. But I mean, this is what the man lived for.
Yeah, I think it's really nice. What is it retailing for? Do we know?
I want to say it was 150, something like that.
Okay.
Nothing crazy. But I mean, that's it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
So will we have one more after this, Kurtis? I can't remember. When does Mark Waid's run start? 441, right? Something like that?
Yeah, it's in volume 22 of the Epic Collection. So there's one more after this. Yeah.
444. That's what it was. So then, yeah, we would have one more after this. Gosh dang it, Jess.
Oh, now I'm responsible for that?
You're responsible for that.
Yeah.
You're having a nice family community, and there you go.
Jess, it's sex with you. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Jess and I used to be in a Facebook group together, and I always joke, because they made him into an admin, that he would let any Russian sex bot into the chat.
That is so not true.
Into the group. Just based on a picture alone. He would be there going, approve.
So
Meanwhile, a bunch of nerds are trying to get into the Omnibus group, and he's like, nope. Sorry, no, I've already did my 5 approvals today. Gave them away.
It is true. I am pro sex bot. I don't deny that.
Spider-Gwen, Ghost Spider, Modern Era Epic Collection, Edge of Spider-Verse. Kurtis.
This is going to be the very, very first Modern Era Epic Collection to be released. So this is very exciting, and we were wondering what the cover looked like. Here it is. They've redesigned the cover slightly so it doesn't look like the other Epic Collections, but we've seen the spine, and the spine still has the same thing. So when it's on your bookshelf, it'll look really nice all in a row there.
Yeah,
I've read this material, and it's a lot of fun. I do like this character, this take on Gwen Stacy from an alternate universe.
I think it adds the word modern right underneath the Marvel logo. That's it. Otherwise, it's just Marvel Epic.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And
this is it, the very last Star Wars Marvel Years Epic Collection.
Yeah.
This wraps up the series, and it includes the extra issue 108 that came out in 2019.
Yep. And was
not
that
the best
one,
cover they could have picked.
Was that one that was drawn by Ron Frenz, right?
This cover?
No.
No, this is
108. Issue 108. Was it
108 was Ron Frenz, I think, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I thought that was really cool that they did that. So yeah, this wraps up the Marvel
cover
era.
is, I think, Cynthia Martin.
And what is this?
Another Thor epic collection. Even an immortal can die. Yeah, this is more Bronze Age, 70s Thor. This almost gets us to, I think there's one more volume, volume 10, and then we will have a complete run of pre-Simonson Thor in epic collections.
Oh, nice.
All right.
Now, before we go any further, I do want to give a quick word from our sponsor in Europe, waltzcomicshop.com. They're out of Berlin, Germany. And if you want books like this, you want to pre-order them, just go to the website, waltzcomicshop.com. They have a flat ship rate of €12 for all EU countries, and all your emails will be answered within 24 hours. They also have a lot of out-of-print books. And if you use the code Nearby Condition at the checkout, you get free shipping for all EU countries with your first order of €40 or more. Waltz Comic Shop, your reliable source for omnis and premium collected editions in Europe. Ting. Sorry, my wife's not here to sing the jingle. And let's go on to the next book that is getting a new printing.
Oh.
This dude, okay, I'll be honest. I thought this era, it was a one-time print and that was it until, people started demanding and people that missed out on it. Woo!
Yeah, there must have been a small print run or something. Maybe the pre-orders were small, but yeah, this one went out pretty quick, and
I remember
it's been really requested since. So, yeah, it's getting a new printing. Doom. This is David Michelini, Bob Layton doing their thing.
Yeah, a lot of people missed out on this one, so I'm glad that it's coming back to print.
And it's a great rate too.
It's solid. I mean, issue 250 is the big fight against Doom again. And also, this is the third printing, right, Kurtis?
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know that this one has been reprinted before. I think this might be the first time that we're getting a reprint of this volume. I am pretty sure they overprinted this one when they first released it because it took a long time to go out of print.
This is the classic, man. I mean, this is what starts off. Where do you get this preview material in PDF format? Marvel sends it to me, and then we share it here. It will be available everywhere in a couple of weeks. We just have the exclusive first look on the collected editions. Like the single issues and everything else will be added to this. That will be available in a couple of weeks everywhere.
Omar is being modest. We throw it together ourselves, and we hand draw all of the covers, which mimicking all the different styles. It's a lot of work, but we're that dedicated.
None of that is true. I'm not as talented as any of these people. Guardians of the Galaxy Epic Collection, Earth Shall Overcome. Are you happy about this, Kurtis?
Wow.
Oh, absolutely. Any new Epic collections are welcome. But this is almost a complete reprint of the original. Do I have that book handy? The one called Guardians of the Galaxy Tomorrow's Avengers.
Avengers.
I have it around here somewhere. It's almost exactly the same. They've only brought in the Thor annual number 6 to add to this one, which was in the second volume of that original trade paperback. So slightly different mapping, but
Guardians did not have a huge publishing history early on.
No, it's mostly contained actually in this one volume right here. The volume 2 is going to be mostly made up of the Korvac saga.
Yeah,
from Avengers,
which is so good.
It is good.
Yeah.
This stuff. No, never mind. I'll keep quiet and keep that as a surprise. Cosmic Ghost Rider by Donny Cates. This is a trade paperback version of an omnibus that came out a couple of years ago that just focused on the character of Cosmic Ghost Rider. And if you have
this is 560 pages for a trade paperback.
It's huge. Well, it's also $49.99. That's the price of some of these epics, right? Well, that one's $39.99. I'll keep quiet.
The omnibus had more in it, though.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
So I think this doesn't collect what was it?
Marvel history. The Cosmic Ghost Rider destroys Marvel history.
That's it, yeah. But it collects just about everything else in there.
Was that one written by Donny Cates?
No. But then there's I think all of this is written by Donny Cates, though. And then Guardians of the Galaxy by Al Ewing, which
wow,
I forgot I announced. So when somebody was it a couple of months ago we were doing this and they were like, Omar, did I dream a Guardians of the Galaxy by Al Ewing complete collection? I'm like, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about because I didn't. I forgot. I freaking forgot that I had announced this already. But it is coming
Yeah, this
out.
one got delayed a bunch of times, I think, so it didn't show up in the solicits for a long
Yeah,
time.
not by Johnny Cates.
I really, really, really wish that this was a hardcover, but that's okay. I'll take it.
Yeah, fair.
I'll take it this route too. Guardians of the Galaxy 1 through 18, Rocket 1 through 6, and material from Guardians of the Galaxy 1, number 1. What I wish they will do is do like maybe Last Annihilation with this and make that into maybe that's how they can fatten it up into an omnibus. But I hope so because I mean Al Ewing with Immortal Hulk now, you know, his name is almost a household name, and it's a good like Guardians of the Galaxy. I really like this one.
Yeah, I'll definitely be picking that up.
Rocket and Groot graphic novel, collecting Rocket Raccoon 5, Rocket Raccoon and Groot 4 through 6, and Groot number 6. And I don't know where he is, but he was worried about the Mighty Marvel Masterworks. Worry no more, because not only do we have Mighty Marvel Masterworks, the Avengers Volume 3, Among
Nice
Us
cover,
Walks
too.
a Goliath. Yes, collecting issues 21 through 30. But we also have Mighty Marvel Masterworks, the Mighty Thor Volume 3, The Trial of the Gods. So no, they have not given up on this format. This is just, I think they took 2 months off because they had to reshuffle some things around, but it's coming back, collecting Journey into Mystery 110 and 119. My girls are currently reading Black Panther. And big shout out to both of them. Lydia having issues with, I don't understand why they couldn't get black people's skin colors back then. She's like, they're all gray. And I'm like,
Yeah,
I know, baby, but that's just the time. And then my other daughter having issues with, why is this Black Panther? All he collects is Fantastic Four and Avengers. Now she's 10 years old. And I'm like, right, because he didn't have his own title until later on, but save it for the video. So I'm having to explain these little things to them. But yeah, that is the catalog or the solicitations. We'll go back to the beginning to go through each one of these too. And please let me know if you want me to stop at one of these so you can take a closer look, anybody in the chat or you gentlemen here. There's the Multiverse, the Cataclysm of Kang. It's the adventure book. And Captain America by Ta-Nehisi Coates, volume 1, or only one volume. Spider-Man Brand New Day Omnibus. That is volume 1. Yeah, love it. And Omar, did you get Christopher Priest Black Panther yet? No, mine was sent somewhere else.
Thank you.
They had, yeah, I know this is what happened last time. Every time I have you on. And my Knights of Pendragon, that one, and what was the other one? The She-Hulk all got sent to another location. I don't know where.
I'll be
Somebody's
reviewing
hoping-
them this week.
I just hope it went somewhere where somebody appreciates big books.
Yeah.
And not like some rando that's like, oh.
It went to your house rather than your secret bunker. Well, Black Panther's on the diamond shipping list, so
It is coming.
it
I mean,
clearly
it's definitely
exists. Yes. Yeah.
Marvel Age Omnibus Volume 1, X Factor Volume 3, and X-Men Omnibus 2099. I thought that there was going to be an Ultimate Spider-Man Omnibus Volume 3 release date. The release date for Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 3 right now is September of 2023, so it won't be in the solicit until we're looking at March, so probably maybe May. Maybe they might be able to sneak it into April, but perhaps May is when we're going to be seeing that one. And then we have Star Wars Legends, the New Republic Omnibus Volume 2. Can't wait for that. The reprint of Amazing Spider-Man Omnibus Volume 4 for all the people that have been asking me. And at this moment, I just want to remind everyone to smash that like button, please. I keep forgetting about that. Secret Warriors Omnibus, new printing, and Defenders Volume 2. Avengers Marvel Masterworks Volume 1. This is the remasterworks, and somebody had it. I wish if Corey is still here, he had the best way of describing this. That this is these are rescanned with. Dang it! I thought they put it best, and for some reason I did not highlight that comment. It's probably because I was busy highlighting Jess's comment about my new Warriors. And X-Men Marvel Masterworks Volume 1, the Remasterworks program. So yes, they are going to be rescanned. They'll have more pages. And they don't really reprint these. So this is a huge deal. if you want to get into the Masterworks. Moon Knight, The Art of, that's for the series, and Jason Aaron's Avengers Volume 4. Ghost Rider, Marvel Masterworks Volume 5. And Dark Web Venom, that's Volume 3. Strange Volume 2. Really like that cover. Dark Web trade paperback, breaking Beau's heart. Namor, the Submariner.
I will never now not be able to think of what we said earlier about Namor every time.
When you're king, you go wherever you want to.
That's true.
Wakanda trade paperback, and Doctor Strange Fall Sunrise Treasury Edition. So this is one of those big books. Like the smash button. Thank you. If we do it enough, Omar will buy us all smash burgers. Maybe. Midnight Suns is coming out in trade, and Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings. All Out Avengers, which I just found out was a thing.
I sadly have to jump away for a little while. If you're still doing the post-game commentary and I could jump back on, I happily
Which
will.
we will.
Good.
We will.
Okay, I have to go away for a little while. I apologize. Carry on. I'll be back as quick as I can.
Okay.
Thanks much.
We'll be here. You didn't even say love and kisses. Okay. Ghost Rider Volume 2 and Star Wars The High Republic Season 2 Volume 1, Trials of X Volume 8 and Trials of X Volume 9. Spider-Man Life Story Extra, which we talked about. Marauders by Steve Orlando Volume 2, Exterminators trade paperback. There's a lot of trades in this one. Alien Volume 3. This is a full list of things. Predator by Ed Brisson. Omar, you mentioned a possible third X-Men OHC a while back after X-Force and Wolverine. Has that been announced yet? No, but I think that got moved around. So that might still come. Avengers West Coast Volume 6. How many more do you think we need, Kurtis? One more to wrap up that series, unless they include Force Works?
Yeah, I mean, the series went up to 101, so they could do it all the next one. It depends on how they want to tackle the crossing. I think. Or is the crossing? The crossing is the Force Works era, right? Crossing is Force Works.
Yeah.
So there's probably one more volume after this, and then let's see if they do Force Works.
Captain America Epic Collection, Fighting Chance. This is Beau's era of Captain America. I love that. And Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider, Modern Era Epic Collection. Star Wars Legends Epic Collection, the original Marvel years.
Oh, Jess, you have another friend in the...
I have my hands right here.
Warren, I'm honestly surprised you don't love The Crossing. What are you talking about? You hate everything that I love.
Same with me. He hates everything I love too.
He likes anime. I remember that. I'm trying to think of something else that we have in common that we both. Oh, we both don't like UK basketball. That's what it was, because he's from Kentucky. Thor Epic Collection. Even an immortal can die. Volume 9. Don't encourage. Do not feed the bots. I do want to have a good time. Iron Man Epic Collection being reprinted. Logan Wayne. Do you really want to know what is Avengers: The Crossing about? Why is it so disliked by everyone except Omar? Who are the creative team? All right. Avengers: The Crossing is this era that a lot of people... I don't want to cover Jess's face because he's a big Avengers enthusiast here. It's this era of mid-90s Avengers. It was pretty much when they decided to restructure everything. So Terry Cavanagh, Bob Harris was editor, and he was becoming editor-in-chief at the time. And you had Dan Abnett and Andy Lanning write the Force Works stories. You had young Jim Chung doing artwork for Iron Man, Mike Deodato doing artwork for Avengers, Joe Mad redesigning the costumes for the Avengers. I don't know why people don't like this era. I think people didn't like it because it did mess up a lot of characters. Like, it made some of the good guys villains for absolutely no reason. And the same thing could be said about House of M, though. Like, the exact same kind of idea where there's a betrayal and Avengers die, and the person that betrayed them you just didn't see coming. But that's all I will say. I thought it was a fun era of Avengers. X-Men Second Genesis, new printing, and Guardians of the Galaxy. There's a lot of epics in this one, Kurtis.
Yeah, how many is that? Like 7, I think. Count them
There's
for
a
me
lot.
there, Omar.
I think you're right. Or 8. Let's see.
1,
3,
2, 3,
4,
5, 6,
7,
7,
8.
8. Wow. Yeah. Holy cow. That's a big month.
That's It's a lot big. Some of them are coming in April though, and then some are in May. And Ghost Rider by Donny Cates. Guardians of the Galaxy by Al Ewing. Marvelverse Rocket Raccoon. What is this nonsense? Vince Pats and The Crossing are the same story from this. No, they are not. No, they are not. I'm trying to stay positive because it's the holidays with NATO. But that would be saying, like, I don't put it in perspective of like, oh man, the Wasp is pregnant with Kang's child. Maybe, and I don't think that even does it justice. And then the Mighty Marvel Masterworks Thor 3 and the Avengers Volume 3. The Cosmic Ghost Rider stuff is the stuff that was in the Omnibus. So it's the Donny Cates stuff that he wrote.
Which does include Thanos, right? Oh no,
yes.
It only has the annual.
But it also has
Thanos
the Cosmic Ghost Rider miniseries, and it has the Guardians of the Galaxy 1 through 6, which he plays a big
Oh
role
yeah,
in.
and Thanos 13 to 18. Okay, I see.
Yeah. So it does have that, and then part of the Guardians of the Galaxy stuff. All right. So now comes the time of the show. What's everybody's book they're excited for? What one book are you excited? Man, it's gonna be hard to choose one book this time around.
It is.
I'll let Omni Beau, what are you most excited for, brother?
Well, for me, I think it would be Amazing Spider-Man, the Brand New Day. Like, I want to get everything Spider-Man Omnibus, so the more the merrier for me.
Fair enough. What about you, Kurtis? You got 8 books to choose from.
I'm actually most excited for the launch of the Modern Era Epic Collection. So that Spider-Gwen one is probably top, but I'm actually really also interested in that Marvel Age Omnibus. Believe it or not.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Jess? Omnidog. What are you most excited for, buddy?
Probably Guardians of the Galaxy by Al Ewing. I haven't read any of that.
Oh, you haven't, dude.
I have not, but I really like Al Ewing, the stuff that I've read by him. So I think that's the one I'm most excited for.
Yeah, it's good. You're in for a treat, man.
Awesome.
This is hard for me because I really want to go with Star Wars: The New Republic Volume 2. But I think
I thought it'd be X Factor for yourself.
and X Factor is solid. But I think this represents the beginning of something that I've wanted for a long time. And that is Spider-Man in chronological order post JMS. And it gives me hope. Because I announced Superior Spider-Man first. And that's what the fans wanted. But as a guy that likes to read everything in collected editions and in chronological order, I thought, well, crap. There goes my chance of getting this stuff in chronological order. But it's happening. You know, ups and downs with this. You know, not everything is great, but my gosh, this brain trust of creators. Mark Waid, Dan Slott, Mark Guggenheim, Bob Gale from Back to the Future, Zeb Wells, Joe Kelly, Roger Stern. That's crazy. And like I said, there's some hits and there's some misses, but there's a lot of great stuff here. For anybody that even if you hated the idea of one more day, this makes Spider-Man fun again. And then this leads to Big Time, which I hope they do end up collecting Big Time in omnibus format. It's, oh my gosh. Because that all leads into Superior Spider-Man. Like, people have been wanting Superior Spider-Man in omnibus format for years, and I'm like, but that's like his magnum opus. Like, why do you want to start there? Start with the other stuff that leads there.
I just wish they'd make the Secret Invasion omnibus, not the one that we got, but all these mini series instead of, like, I'm glad they're in this omnibus, but I want a big fat Secret Invasion omnibus companion maybe, because I'm looking at my shelf now and there's like at least 10 Secret Invasion trades that are not collected in the Secret Invasion Omnibus.
And David C is right. Big Time is even better than Brand New Day. Absolutely. Because Big Time becomes just one guy writing the story. And he went on to write the story for 10 years. And again, with Dan Slott's run, it's just ups and downs, but my gosh. You're talking about, wait, there was a Secret Invasion Omnibus, though.
Yeah, there was, but that just collected the main series and, and a few bits and pieces where it didn't have, if I look at my shelf here, the Captain America, Fantastic Four, Nova, New Warriors, Inhumans, Punisher, all
I
that.
gotcha.
Yeah.
So maybe they'll redo that one. Let's go through here and see what other people chose. Amazing Spider-Man Volume 4 for me, with Brand New Day as a second choice. Secret Warriors, Brand New Day, X Factor by Peter David Volume 3 is at the top of my list. Also, Iron Man Epic Collection Doom and Doctor Strange Fall Sunrise Treasury Edition. Amazing Spider-Man Omnibus Volume 4 reprint. Doctor Strange. I like that Doctor Strange is getting some love in that Treasury Edition. Marvel Masterworks for me, for sure, but mostly the Dark Web stuff, too. There we go. Star Wars Omnibus. Spider-Man Brand New Day. Yeah, I like it. X Factor by Peter David and Iron Man Doom. Trials of X and Ghost Rider, maybe X 2099. It's a lot of books this solicitation. Doc Strange, Treasury, baby. What's up, Max? How are you, brother? X Factor, more love for X Factor. Coates, Ta-Nehisi Coates, Captain America, Brand New Day. Amazing Spidey 4 and Iron Man Doom, Brand New Day, and Marvel Age. Ghost Rider. Hey, let's all stop dunking on the crossing. Instead, talk about when Nightcrawler was going to be the anti-pope. Is it possible to have Amazing Spider-Man 1 to 700 with Epic Collections? No.
Depends on what Marvel.
Do not lie to that man. Do not lie to him.
I mean, it's already it's pretty much all collected already in Fat Trades, save for just a few small sections. But you could get all of Spider-Man. Yeah.
No, it is not. Tom DeFalco era would beg to differ with you. We just got this.
That's the one era. That's the one little era right there.
That's not a little era. That's a big era.
Yeah.
It's not that big. It's not that big.
It's the morning show. Never mind. Not an X fan, but X-Men 2099, Brand New Day is my picks. How does the Brand New Day Omnibus match up with Kelly's? They're not double dipping with this one, but there'll be some double dipping when a volume 2 of the Brand New Day comes out. I can't wait to get that Superior in my paws. Pre-order that sucker so fast. It's coming, brother. Let's see here. Exterminators. It's Filth book, but since it's written by can enjoy guilt free. Is it really? I haven't read it. That's the one by Leah Williams, right? I haven't read it. Where am I able to see the list that they can look at? I think places like Comic Book Resources will have it. Newsarama will have it. Everybody will have it in a couple of weeks. Captain America, Amazing Spidey 4. A lot of love for Spider-Man. That's great. A lot of people missed out on that Spidey Volume 4, so I'm glad it's coming back to print. Amazing Spider-Man 4, finally getting to read the Gwen Stacy drama.
No spoilers.
It's a little more than drama. It's right down heartbreaking.
Drama. Holy smoke, it changed my life for the worse.
Yeah, seeing someone gets to read that for the first time.
Dude, I need to share. I love sharing this story. It never gets old. Well, at least to me anyway. But let me read this comment first from my buddy Aaron. You already know Brand New Day Omnibus 1, Amazing Spider-Man 4 reprint, Secret Warriors reprint, and maybe that Star Wars New Republic Omnibus. So we've been talking about Peter David a lot, but Peter David had one of the best introductions in the hardcover to the death of Jean DeWolf. And he talks about like how he went to college and left comics behind. And he was at a party one time and there were comics laying around and he got to talking to somebody and the guy, they were catching up on comics and he's like, what happened to Peter and Gwen? Did they end up getting married? And the guy was like, no, she got killed. And he was like, what? Like, even though he hadn't read comics, right? And in the introduction, it's amazing because he talks about, he's like, how can you treat people like that care about these characters? Like, we love these characters. How can you kill a character off like that? And the ironic part is that that's the introduction to the death of Jean DeWolf. Oh my gosh, I thought that was so awesome. He's like that feeling of like bonding with these characters, and then some jerk taking that away from you.
That's how I felt.
Yeah, I mean, that was rough.
I read it in single issues back in the day. I couldn't believe it.
That's how I feel every single time Jean Grey dies.
Every single time.
Because it could be the last time. How would you recommend to collect all Amazing Spider-Man 1 through 700? I did do a reading order of this, but only in like Omnis. I needed to redo it. I think in 2023 I'm going to work on my new reading orders for those. Oh my goodness. Any chances they make Amazing Spider-Man Volume 4 with Mexican Gwen Stacy? Kurtis and I have been talking about this.
Yeah.
I already got plans for variant covers, Kurtis. For those of you that don't know, in Mexico, the title was so popular that they started just writing and drawing their own stories. So in their stories, like, Gwen lived and they got married, and she's got this amazing body.
Oh,
that's all I can say. First time I saw pictures of it's funny because we've known about this for a long time, and then for some reason in the internet, as it is, when somebody shares a picture, it just kind of scatters about, and everybody immediately is like, did you know about this? Because I was wondering last year why I was getting so many messages about Mexican Spider-Man comics from some of my viewers, and apparently it was spread everywhere through social media, and
I've got to check that out.
Gwen's got that cake, boy. So maybe we can. I would love to see things like that printed. Please reprint Mexican Spider-Man. I have
no idea what the legal issues are surrounding reprints of that stuff. It would be probably pretty weird.
I think I did ask, and I'll send that message again, just a reminder. I'll send that message again as a reminder. But that is the show for today, everyone. Check out our sponsors here in America, cheapgraphicnovels.com, where you can get books up to 50% off. They had a Black Friday sale, and they'll have another sale by end of year. Tell them the Near Mint Condition sent you their way for free shipping on your first or your next order after your first one. We need Fantastic Four by Jonathan Hickman, Omnibus Volume 1 again. It's coming. I think it comes April. I thought I had it. I'm sorry. I announced that on the Saturday stream. Yeah, it's coming. It's going to be restocked in April. I think it's April. I actually have the Mexican Spider-Man comic. Send me some pictures. Lars never got to come back to let us have a moment of silence. He'll be fine. He's super busy, I guess. I'm sure Marvel can afford Mexican Spider-Man. In comic, every character has died once or twice, at least at some point. And that is my favorite thing about some comics that I read, like when characters do die and then other characters refusing to believe that they're dead because they're just so used to resurrections happening.
Like Pharaoh Lad.
Yeah.
I noticed you skipped over that comment.
It's the holiday season, man.
And the one that said living legend Omnidog. Thank you for that compliment.
Where are you seeing these things?
I read all the comments.
You misreading it. It was Omni Beau, I think.
No, did I misread that? Brian totally Brewster at 204. Thank you, buddy.
Who said that? No.
Brian Brewster at 204. Yeah.
At 2:04
p.m.
Holy crap, you went back.
I went back 4 minutes.
Just to find things about yourself? All right, fine. Where's
yeah.
About you? I don't see it. Sorry, Jazz.
Of course you don't.
They must have blocked me. And for some reason,
Phil Owens talks about Pharaoh Lad at 205.
Dude,
you're missing a lot of the chat, Omar.
I never got over the death of Pharaoh Lad.
Me either.
No, I'm reading the stupid comment. You're not stupid.
Oh, I thought you were agreeing with me.
Jess is. Dang it. Oh, here's the question. Cody Owens. Is there a major superhero that's never died?
Oh, that's a good question.
What character has never died? Has never been taken out of their comic book run?
Peter Parker.
Shut up, Kurtis. I'm sorry, was that out loud? Did you not hear me go on about Superior Spider-Man? All right.
That he never died. His consciousness was still there the entire time.
Yes, he died. That was the whole issue number 1. I'm not spoiling this for people.
Max Dupe never died.
I actually had an answer. What the heck was it?
Dude.
Major. It's the key word is major superhero too. There's a lot of lesser known characters that have never died. Man, what was my answer, Jess? Dang it.
Alf?
Alf for sure. Definitely.
What character?
Alf will never die. He is
Yeah, I'm not
he is
dunking
forever.
on Alf because I know Kurtis loves him.
You don't look at his shirt.
Have Luke Cage
I
and
thought that was
Iron Fist
Garfield.
died?
Iron Fist died.
Definitely died.
Cage. I'm trying to think. Was there a storyline where they killed Cage that he didn't immediately come back in the next issue? Squirrel Girl. No, wait. I thought they killed her. Like Squirrel Girl. Yeah. Didn't Moreland kill Peter? Yeah, and then he was inside of the cocoon, and then he got out of the cocoon.
See, so I think the death has to be something that lasts longer than the actual like story arc that it's, because I think the Moreland death doesn't.
Oh, now
count
you're
because
adding
the
rules.
but the
Oh
end
my
game
gosh,
of that
you're
story was
just like
always to
Melanie.
bring him back. I mean,
got a
that's the death
punch
of Craven's last hunt. Then Peter Parker died.
Tom She-Hulk has died at least 3 times.
Punisher has died. Yeah. Man, this one's hard. I'm trying to think. Like, I actually had an answer, but
Someone said Sue Storm, and I think that's correct. Right? She's the only member of the Fantastic Four who hasn't died.
no, because they thought they were dead out after Secret Wars, remember? Like the world was mourning the Fantastic Four.
But they
Does that
weren't
count?
dead. They were just
No, they weren't dead, but
Infinity
neither
Universe.
was Bucky. He was just frozen on ice.
Well, then, like, all of Heroes Reborn is technically the heroes died for Heroes
Correct.
Reborn, right?
That's why
so
I'm trying
all
to-
of those characters count.
Man, this is a really hard question. Why do I
Man
take this
Thing?
question so seriously?
Tom's just said Man Thing.
Man Thing.
I still think it's Spider-Man.
Kurtis, no. You're making me lose my concentration, Kurtis. No, Daredevil's died.
Yeah, Daredevil's died.
Yeah. Wait, what do you think? Jess, you've been reading comics for a long time. Who has not died?
Spider-Ham.
dead man. That's funny. I mean, for major characters, for a real death, has Spider-Man like really died? Peter
Oh my
Parker?
gosh, we've been over this. Yes, he's died.
When
No,
was that?
It hasn't.
Well, I don't want to spoil it.
Oh, all
And
right.
but it goes back to what Kurtis was saying about his
Oh,
conscience.
well, you mean like the death of Spider-Man from the Ultimate
Spider-Man
No,
never
no.
died to the point where the rest of the Marvel Universe thought he was dead.
Yeah. I
That
agree
has
with
never
that.
happened. It has
Hey,
never
hey.
happened.
Died.
Yeah.
Um,
Technically, Spider-Man has never died. I agree
all
with
right,
that.
I don't agree with any of this. What about John Stewart? How Green Lantern? He's a major character, right? Because he was in the Justice League cartoon. Has he ever died? I don't think he's ever died. And I'm trying to going back to the late 80s and early 90s series. He's like was written out of
Has
Green
Wonder
Lantern.
Woman died?
Who?
Wonder Woman?
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, both Justice Society, Wonder Woman, her mom, and Diana. This is a really good question. It's got me thinking. But who asked that? Man, you about broke me and Kurtis up. He's repeating himself, which is the worst kind of argument that I can have with people.
With Cody Owens.
Cody Owens, man, he's a stirrer. Okay, That's a good question. I don't know if I'm Mexican Gwen Stacy.
Mexican Gwen Stacy. She's living it. Living La
Dude,
Vida
Mexican
Loca.
Gwen Stacy will live in the hearts of fans. That is for sure. I guarantee that. Storm has died. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay,
And-
so Cody's comment says Peter died when Otto switched bodies. The consciousness that becomes
I
Peter
didn't wanna
Parker is
spoil the
made up
story.
of Peter's defining memories. But Peter Parker was still alive. Peter Parker and Spider-Man still continued to exist in the Marvel universe.
No, he was.
It was
I don't
just
know.
Otto was only,
This is really hard to talk about without doing spoilers, but I disagree with that. Let's do an episode just on how we don't agree on things, Kurtis, because your definition of death is a lot different than mine, and that's okay. All right, let's go round table. Where can people find you, wonderful folks that were hanging out with me today? We'll start with my buddy Aussie Beau here.
You can find me on YouTube at Aussieverse. We are a small, humble channel that is getting up there a little bit, very slowly. And personally, Facebook, Beau Roth, that's me. And Instagram, what is it? Aussieverse_comics.
Awesome, buddy. And right below me, in the ratings chart, where he always belongs, Omnidog.
How dare you? I can speak Spanish, man. How dare you?
Okay, you just butchered my language.
I did it very well in my language.
Or you did. Where can people find you, brother?
Omnidogs Vault on YouTube and Omnidogs_Vault on Instagram. Thank you for having me on the show.
Well, you are more than welcome. And Kurtis, my buddy, where can people find you?
yeah, I'm at epicmarvelpodcast.com, and you can search for Epic Marvel Podcast or my name, Kurtis Findlay, on any social media, including Hive. If that ever takes off, I'm gonna be there.
I squatted my own name on Hive, so nobody else took it.
Man, I told Taylor to squat Omnidog. I'm like,
I knew it.
We'll start putting a bunch of stuff up there, get him canceled. And is that your alarm?
That's
Was
my
that
wife
me?
calling from our new house. So
Gotcha. Well, everybody, thank you so much for joining us. Smash that like button on the way out. I will be back tomorrow with another episode looking at the upcoming collected editions for December. And then our live stream is on Saturdays at 11 a.m. Everyone stay healthy and safe. Thank you again. And thank you to you wonderful folks that joined me, especially Beau, who's was up at 4 o'clock in the morning to join us.
oh my gosh, that's right.
It's crazy.
Thank you very
Well
much. It was a
done.
blast. This has been
You did well.
fantastic. I've been absolutely amazed that I was invited.
It was a pleasure to have you on, brother.
Great
It was a pleasure
meeting
to have
you.
on.
You too. Thank you so much.
And that is